Welcome to Common Hood, another episode with us. We're going to hit you with a Friday. This is the end of the week school, and Friday coming up this Friday. This is the first week of school here in Florida. And we're going to talk about the back to school consumerism. So let's just say what we're going to consume a little bit before we get started.
There you go, bro. All right.
Django.
Good tea.
Yeah, you talking about some tea. Boy, you might have messed me up. Oh, it kind of burnt me in the chest. But it feels good, though. It's going down.
That's that tea you get when you go to...
Whatever you put in as an example of consumerism, we really didn't need that.
No, not at all.
But it tastes pretty good.
It tastes pretty good.
It got a little lime taste in it. I kind of like that. Let's talk about this back to school consumerism, man. It's some positives to it now. If you want to know what's the style, what's the trends, boy, all those fashion companies do a damn good job of making this an annual ritual.
Back to school sales. Man.
Every kid gotta feel fly for that
first week of school.
I had it in me a little bit. My mama was fly though. My mama used to be like, hey, y'all go to school to represent me a certain way. My daddy would be like, back then they had touchskins.
Right.
Boy, when it come to dad, but dad might get you what you needed.
You know, I wasn't fly going to school. I ain't gonna like that. I ain't gonna feel like that. I wasn't fly at all. You know, they had this thing called Payless shoe stores. You ever heard of them?
Payless still around, eh?
I don't think Payless still around. But they had these pro wings. They call them pro wings. Let's get teased a lot too. He wants some fries with them wings and all this other stuff.
You supposed to be wearing pro kids back in the day.
Pro wings tennis shoes. Never gonna forget them. So I wasn't that fly going to school, but nowadays, you best have some money, boy, because they gonna be crying.
Man,
I ain't wearing that.
But they done made this the retailers have did such a good job to making this such a ritual. I think sometimes we get consumed up in this a little bit. And you know, it's great to have trends because that's what you get to see. So the first day of school, I got a lot of pictures of my nieces and nephews and grands. And I'm like, okay, they looking fresh. Right. But then I was thinking about it, like, wow, how much of an impact this have on people?
Subliminal messages, man, have a big impact on them. You want to get your kid what they want when they going back to school.
Won't? Did you say won't?
You won't. You don't need to, but you want to.
I found out that my dad had it right all along.
Get what you need. Get you what you need.
And he say, man, damn thing wrong with no damn shoes you got.
Yeah.
But the back to school of, and then we had our mom in our corner.
Right.
Our mom was in the corner. So, you know, you have the impact that it has of conditioning us in the wrong way, too.
A lot of kids, I feel like nowadays in these school systems, if you don't wear a certain type of clothing or you don't look a certain type of part, you get teased or bullied a lot. I believe that, you know. And then when you say this consumerism, they know what to play on. With you know, a lot of targeting, but there's a difference between public school and private school. Oh yeah.
So you see this going more so, this consumerism behavior going to the public school sector, and
of course,
and I want to just nail on this for a minute. In private schools, what you got to pay to get there? You got to pay to get there.
You got to pay that tuition. You got to pay that money to get there, boy.
And most of the time, they're in uniforms, right?
Always, yep.
Now, in public schools, you have way more freedom to express.
Exactly.
But both are supposed to be schools. But if you went to a private school, they always say, like, they may be listening to me and say, well, we can tell that brother they didn't go to no private school.
Why is that? Because of the way you're talking right now? Man, please. You know, It definitely depends on where you raised.
It depends on where you're raised. So
definitely, yeah.
they target the least, and they spend the most.
Oh yeah. They definitely spend the most. Private schools definitely ain't finna do that. The ones in the private schools and different things of that nature. But the public schools definitely, I believe that so much.
So in the private school, maybe they're looking at education as an investment.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So they may tell their child, I'm not spending all that for you just to go to school the first day. You're not there to reflect the image. This is the image we're going to have.
Exactly.
So which more is important?
Well, you already know what's important. I wish that all the schools were private.
So, should we taper down the amount of emphasis we play in this cultural phenomenon we have in America? When I say impact, if you can make everybody wear uniforms, I think they tried it.
In the public schools?
And I think when Abercrombie and Polo and all that say, hey, our stockholders here, we ain't made no money this quarter.
Got you.
It's just like every quarter is like every 3 months. So that means the new quarter will start in September, October.
Okay, so it's not. I don't think it's just the school. I don't think it's just the clothing as well. I think it's also the materials that they need. Now, me and my wife, we went to buy some materials for our goddaughter. Some school supplies or whatever.
That's all that bad
so here it is.
But that's cheap compared to the clothes.
That's cheap, way cheap compared to the clothes. But still, in all, two packs of crayons, 2 coloring this, do this and that and that. By the time I got done with the bill, the list that they send you is telling you this is what they need to have at school. It was $105.
Okay, $105 for the list. They're gonna use that in school.
Versus $300 for a pair of tennis shoes.
Versus $5. I've heard some children, parents are saying that the average child now taking $500, $600, $700 per person to get them at least 1 or 2 weeks worth of clothes. And the annual ritual have to happen.
Right.
It has to happen because the kids do grow.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
So
I used to believe when I was coming up, if you had an older sibling, they would pass the clothes down to the younger sibling.
That don't work no more. That don't work no more.
Don't work no more?
I want myself new. I want to pass now.
You want your stuff new now?
Well, it's just like the churches. They take expired food. Not all churches. Not all churches.
Right.
But predominantly, most of them say, oh, well, we collect the food from Publix, has an expiration date that is no longer good to sell.
At Publix, but it's still good for consumption.
It's still good for consumption to give away, but the people lining up for the consumption happen to be a population of people that's not doing so good right now.
Right.
So, it's just like, would you feel comfortable driving up to the food bank in your big white truck, standing in line?
I'm not appalled to it because I've been there. So,
looking to
it.
But right now that you're not there, I know you're not appalled to it.
I wouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to.
You wouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have to, no.
Because they done made it as a place that
for people that need it.
For people that really need it.
Yeah.
But it's expired food.
Oh, yeah.
Now, when you hungry now, hey.
Look, I know, man. When you hungry, trust me, I know you're going to eat something.
You're going to eat something.
Yeah.
So that's a huge impact that this trend has.
Right.
And I was just thinking when I say impact, let's look at the economic impact. You got a little wisdom on you now, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe I do.
Okay, so let's give an example.
All right.
$100 divided by 12. That's what, right at $8 and some change.
Yeah.
$8 and some change.
Yeah.
$8.64. I'm computing it wrong, so don't. If you got a calculator when you're right,
They doing it right now.
Yeah. So if it's $8.64 per month, give you $100, and let's just say if I convince my child, you know what, I'm gonna put this $100 in something different for 18 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who will have the more economic impact? The retail or the child that's getting ready to face life?
The child.
I say that
That's beautiful. I
To
love
say
it.
that we have to reshape our thinking a little bit.
You know, that's incredible because, you know, a lot of people should think on that level. A lot of families should think on that level. You know, I'm going to buy you what you need. You're going to look clean and presentable at school. But I'd rather take this other extra $250 or whatever you want to put on tennis shoes and put it in something that's going to have compound interest for you for longevity.
Well, that's the economic impact.
Yeah.
So now, when it comes to our people, they say we the highest of the consumers.
Oh, you know we are. We still sell. They think it's a sale now.
Say we the highest of the consumers, bro.
Listen. So yeah, it's true. It's true. You get your spouse tell you, hey, it's a sale going on over here, 50% off.
Why not wait to 75?
How do you know it's 50% off? That same shirt that you're saying 50% off, they probably paid $5 for that shirt to get made. They upsell it to you for $25 or $30,
Man,
$40, $50.
I thought about this with the sales. I pay attention to sales.
I'm listening.
If I lose this weight, they always have shirts in size small. When they have those huge sales.
Yeah.
You ever paid attention
I
to
pay
that?
attention to them.
If you paid attention to the economic impact, somebody that keep their frame up, they can always get small shirts.
Yep.
I'm talking about from the Gucci store, the Polo
couldn't
store,
do it. I
whatever
can't
the
get
case. I'm gonna have a chance if I can just, melt some. But whatever you put in this cup, I don't think it's more. It's more than tea.
Oh man, that's tea. That's straight tea.
It's more than tea, but it's
little
all
sugar,
good.
little sugar going on in it.
So we got the economic impact of this back to school, and we have to shift our mentality.
Right.
So I think the lowest population that say we can't afford it, we got to quit putting that type of pressure on ourselves, man.
You know, the pressure comes to where you're definitely right. There's definitely pressure there. If you got a household that's low income, and your child is going to school, you want the child to have the best, what consumers so-called the best.
At least to take your eyes off the situation at the house.
So
I think that's the thing why those with less seem to want to, look the part to fit in.
Right.
To fit in a little bit better.
One thing I learned a long time ago is this: if you say, for instance, you're a multi-millionaire, right?
Well,
I already know you are, but I already know you are. But what I'm saying is, I'm just hypothetically speaking. I already know you are.
I'm 100,000.
But listen, so if you have these different, it's so difficult for people to realize this. Our culture per se is like if you have millionaires, and these millionaires, you have millionaires over here, you have millionaires over here. These millionaires over here, you never know that they're millionaires. You know why? Because they low key. When I say low key, they dress different. They just shorts, khakis, or whatever. They just chilling. Then you have these highfalutin millionaires that's with the consumer. They go out here and they want to flaunt everything, man. I'm talking about,
Hey, I had a chance. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood back in the day.
I'm listening.
So my elementary school was pretty much all black. When I went to middle school, it was predominantly pretty much more black than anything else. But I went to high school, peek over the fence, it was different. So that was a change of zones to make sure they put a little more variety through the school.
I think we went to different schools. My middle school was black, predominantly black, but my high school was predominantly white. So that's the difference. I think I was the fourth black guy in the whole high school. Me, Sam Brown, Harry Williams, me, Antoine Moore.
Right.
4 black guys in the whole high school. We were the fastest dudes in the school because we were black.
but my experience at B-Hogs, I forget the kid name. I remember his face. I think he passed. I noticed he didn't have all of that.
Yeah.
But we went out to lunch, and back now that's Z28. I'm like, hey, buddy, all your money going in the car. And he like, wait, yes. My parents, the different priorities.
Right.
And that hit me in 9th grade.
Gotcha.
I'll never forget that experience. I wasn't looking to go to lunch, just got cool with the dude in the class, and was like, hey man, you want to go off campus for lunch?
Right.
I'm like, yeah, I can get off campus. Like, shoot, I ain't really, no more free and reduced lunch over here though. So you start learning right then, and I realized the economic impact. So when I'm talking about the economic impact, when I ask you about if the supplies is a must.
Right, definitely. I believe that.
So the $100 are very cheap.
Right. Compared to
keeping up with the trends. And I understand everybody have a self-statement, but I mean, what's the impact if we can convince our kids, I'm going to get what I need, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this amount of difference. Like I'm going to find a comparable pair of shoes. So let's just say Michael Jordan. Back in the day, everybody wanted a Michael Jordan.
Everybody wanted Michael Jordan shoes.
And Mike made it. Well, Mike kept the price
right where it's at.
Right where it's at.
I
think Shaq tried to put some in penny. Shaq tried to make some affordable shoes to go back to school.
When Nike signed Michael Jordan, Nike took off.
Well, that's always. It's like Adidas signed Kanye West. They took off. They were about dead till Kanye hit it.
You better believe it. So everybody that sees our culture, that sees a role model doing his thing, everybody want to be like Mike. You remember that old saying, everybody want to be like Mike?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's another word. Sustainability.
Go ahead, break it down for me.
Can the sustainability be kept on how much you want to impress for the first week or two of school?
No, it can't. You're gonna wear the same clothes over and over again because you can't sustain the price of you cannot do it. Not if you're a low income family, put it that way.
Okay, so maybe we should that's what we need to be talking to.
Right. That
we have to change that mindset.
Right.
Because they have an ETF. I'm just going to give an example of ETF, which is an exchange traded fund. And they say you can go to Charles Schwab. They say you can go to Fidelity, and they can pretty much give you a balanced fund. And what if the minimum payment was $50? That's $600 a year.
Right.
5 times 12 years. That's right. $600 a year. If you did $600 times 18 years, I wonder just how much could be saved with interest for that child. If we change the mindset.
Yeah, you have to be able to do that.
Social economic, because why are we making Poland rich? Why are we making Tommy Hilfiger rich? Why are we making whatever brand, Abercrombie rich? Or Gucci rich?
The best thing I ever did in my life, I found out that all the materialistic things like with clothes and shoes and stuff like that, it really didn't mean that much to me. So recently, like maybe a year or two ago, they had this thing called, I'm going to get a plug, that might get paid for Timu. Is it called Timu or Timu or whatever it is?
Timu, the clothing line,
the Timu, the little thing that you put on your phone or whatever, and you go on the phone and you can find different clothes and different things of nature. The same quality.
Yeah, I see that, boss. I think my wife ordering that.
I love off of that, but what I'm saying is.
But they have some moderate
they got some stuff on there now.
Though. You watch it one time,
man.
Though.
Look, boy, look at it. But anyway, no, I'm serious. Their quality of clothes, is very, very good.
Right.
And so versus going to the consumers with these name brand clothes, you can get a certain amount of clothes that still look good, just don't have a name brand on it.
Well, impression is everything.
Impression is everything.
And that's what our retail giants
they figured it out.
Have figured it out.
They figured it out.
Their marketing. But we just asking our people with all this stuff that we saying it's hard times now and this and that. Like some of the pictures I saw outfits, man, that I was like, whoa. How much that cost just to go to school for the first day? When you gonna spill milk on it, or somebody gonna step on your shoes deliberately because they too white. Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. And then the budget that is fitted into.
You were saying that I believe that anybody can afford certain things as long as you save for it or you budget for it.
It's not been taught, Calvin.
I know it ain't been taught, man, but I'm just telling you.
It's not in school, boy. The American system, boy. I tell you what. ask anybody about a budget. They might go to if you got one of them special programs. When I say a special program, I'm not talking about ESC catching the short bus.
Oh, I was in that
I'm
class.
talking about you have the classes where, let's just say if they want to make a school an A, they may have that 1 or 2 hallways where you know those kids over there smart.
Yeah.
They take the higher classes, and that's how they balancing out. And they tell the average, all we need you to do is pass with a 3.
Got you.
And then you got the ones on the bus. Disapprove.
I was on that bus, man, back in the day.
But that's
bro.
all they told you,
Yeah.
Calvin. If your one range was from 400 to 600, all we need you to do is go from 500 to 501, and the school help us out.
And I'll be good to go.
We good to go, and we'll have an A school. We all do it together.
Yeah.
But that's not the case with this here.
No.
With this behavior consumerism, because I always say, and my daddy say, pay attention on how to sustain than to be trying to show up for the Joneses.
I got you. Living like the Joneses.
Exactly. Quit living like the Joneses. Show up and see how you can sustain. I ain't gonna have all this damn pressure on me.
Right.
Trying to get y'all this, that, and the third. So my dad was that kind of man. He give you 1 pair of shoes, and then we expect the second pair might come on Christmas.
Right.
And you're gonna wear out them old ones first. So you better keep them up a little bit, because if that foot hadn't grown,
Yeah.
he ain't paying no attention to you.
Nothing whatsoever.
He's not paying no attention to you.
Well,
So that also teaches the pressure to fit in is very high.
Very, very high. And I believe that, I definitely believe that it's very high because, you know, the kids today going to school, no kid today is want to be in school with hand-me-downs. You know, and the kids are ruthless nowadays, man. I mean, they're so ruthless. You know, you go to school and you're in school with hand-me-downs, they're gonna look at you like, hey, your mom and them ain't got no money. How they say, you want some milk and cookies? You know, so it make you feel real bad, man. I mean, it make you feel totally bad.
Well,
man.
you know, but the private schools don't have that problem.
No, they don't have that problem because they have a system.
So you think by them teaching them how to dress and with when you said system, I'm saying a suit or a tie that's a uniform. I think they kind of prep you for success.
It definitely does. Definitely 100%. I agree with that one wholeheartedly. I think they prep you for success. Yes.
So if all the men got to wear shirt and ties, I'll never forget a friend of mine told me that, and there's no swipe against church.
Do your thing, man.
There's no swipe against church. He said some people dress to kill to go to church, even though they say come as you are. And some people dress to the week and go to church without all the suits.
You better believe it. Yeah. I found
kind of the same type
of scenario.
Same
type of scenario.
It's back to school and it's back to church.
Yep. And you know what? I found out. I'm going on a church situation, and I like what you said right there because I find out comfortability if you can dress the way you want to dress when you go to church. And I ain't talking about like hoochie down and nothing
What's
like that.
hoochie down, man?
You know, you don't want to know about hoochie down. Do you want to know hoochie down?
You can't wear Daisy Dukes.
Oh, you can't wear no Daisy Dukes to church now. That's too hoochie. But what I'm saying is, if you're able to dress
that's all
casual,
welcome.
Well, you got to welcome it anyway. That's all she knew.
Yeah.
Or but what I'm saying is, if you're dressing casual going to church, you're comfortable. You know, you're very comfortable, and you're not. And, and so school should be the same way. School should be the same way. If the kids are going to school and they're dressing a pair of jeans, ain't got no name on them, just a pair of jeans, a nice pair of tennis shoes, a nice shirt. Whatever you want to wear, just go to school, get your education, come out of that joker.
Well, I do think at one point they was trying to push more uniforms on schools. But the freedom of expression kind of superseded that wanting to have concentration on uniforms. Gotcha. Now, I think it may eliminate certain behaviors when you have that because there's nothing to compare against. There's no chastising of what you have on. Everybody have the same uniform. Some gonna iron them. And
I
some
like
just
the
gonna
uniform situation because nowadays I look at the high school kids nowadays. Like you cannot tell me, man. I'm like the young girls nowadays, or what they dress, the way they wear, certain things that they have on.
They wear pajamas.
Man, look, I'm talking about. I've seen it. Pajamas. big footies. I mean, the big footies or whatever, slippers or whatever. Going to school, there's no. What should I say? How would you say that?
I don't want to use the word control, but there's no etiquette.
Yeah, I can deal with that word. I can deal with that because
that's not no etiquette for the environment.
For the environment,
it's like when you go to the judge, they tell you, well, don't go in that judge over like that. Kind of dress yourself up and look.
They tell you that. They tell you that.
Don't go in front of that judge any kind of way.
Any kind of way.
So it's an etiquette.
You want to make an impression.
You want to make an impression. So the impressions of what's being worn today, that's, like I said, we live in a sexual culture, man. So, jeans could be ripped to here. You can see the girl panty line right there.
That's them.
The Daisy Dukes with the little cheeks at the bottom.
That stems from this too now. You got a kid, a young lady that's in 9th or 10th grade dressing like this. And then you say, okay, you have these older guys, older men out here that's looking at that. And then you have the stigma where these guys might not have any control over their mindset to where they're going to push up on these young girls.
Well,
that's another subject. But
it's another subject, man. But I think you can talk to a young girl and know. The law said I got to wait 18. You need to wait 18, man. It ain't no different. That's another subject in itself.
Yes.
But I understand that. But that's just what we promoted, though.
Media. The way they dress on media nowadays, the stuff that they promote on media is consumerism. The way they dress on certain ways on media with the shorts and the tight dresses, tight clothes and different things of nature. That's what they want. Tennis shoes, Michael Jordan's, Nikes, and different things. That's a name brand tennis shoe.
It's a freedom of expressing ourselves, man. But one thing I can say I do love about it, I love to see the different ways people express themselves.
Yes.
I don't agree with everything that people do and wear.
Yeah.
But I have to respect that freedom of expression.
I got it.
And then if we didn't have trends or things to follow, there may not be a need for a lot of the retailers that's coming up that's creating a clothing line with a message.
That's true.
So when you wear polo, Polo is one of those companies that you say sustainability.
Polo came out for what? Golf, right? Basically
whatever
golf.
It came out with.
It's for golf.
Yeah.
When whatever it came out with. You got one on right now. There you go, right now.
No, I didn't realize that, man.
Polo.
Hell no, I wear polo.
Polo.
But that's just a brand that has that sustainability.
Right.
And what my dad was trying to say is, instead of you trying to dress so good for 1 week, learn how to sustain where you at, because I'm not there to sustain this.
Right. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Learn where to sustain where you at. Who you trying to impress?
Exactly.
You supposed to be going to school to learn something.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. You look at me like
you ain't going to no school to impress nobody. You supposed to be impressing that goddamn book.
There's books. Get your education.
Get
out of that
joke. That was it.
And go forward.
And sometimes that might be the devaluation of it.
Right.
That if it brings another level of distraction.
It does. Man, look what you got on. Wow, that's good. I like that.
So that automatically puts you up here.
Yep.
Or if you don't have it,
put you down there.
We already know where you stay at, Calvin.
I understand that concept wholeheartedly. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
And I really believe that it should be some way to educate our kids, to where they understand that it's best to dress for success. You don't need all that flashiness or want to let somebody else see you thinking that you got it like that when you really don't. Put that money into something that's gonna have something for you.
Like I say, at the end of the day, just to wrap this up, man, consumerism kind of promotes the unnecessary shit.
It does, big time. We all been there.
It promotes a lot of unnecessary stuff, man.
Yeah. We've been there. All of us have now.
So there was a pastor. I forget her name. They said a toilet. She put in her house that was gold plated. You
For
know,
what?
just to, you know what
So
you use
can
a
sit on-
toilet for to
so
sit
she can
down
sit on the gold throne.
on the gold throne.
On the gold throne.
Now I don't have a toilet that's gold, but
Mm.
I think it does the same thing though.
Same thing.
I think I can
You sit on it.
stand on it, and I can
on
sit on it,
You can flush it.
and I think it goes out to wherever the plumbers have it going at, whatever
A
wastewater.
gold toilet, brother.
She had a gold toilet.
real
I
one?
think it was Miss Joyce Myers or something like that.
Joyce Myers.
Yeah, I think it was somebody had to go. You know,
that.
but it say the same thing. But it's the same thing as going to Foot Locker
Mm-hmm.
and getting a couple like sports tees, black, white, blade, and upright. It do the same thing
Do the same thing. Do the same thing.
that the Gucci shirt may be or the polo. But maybe the unnecessary comes because we have to put status on clothes.
That's what it is. If I wear this, they gonna think I got it.
So we messing our kids, we messing our children up. Right?
Messing them up.
We messing them up.
Messing them up. And my kids gotta have the best. What's the best? If my son or my daughter going to school and they got a nice pair of jeans on, nice shirt on, good clean tennis shoes on, a little couple of dollars in their pocket to get their lunch or whatever, my kids be good.
It's not the kids' fault.
No, it ain't the kids' fault, bro.
It's the adults.
It's adults. We the one feed to the consumerism, and then
We feed
into it, and then when we feed into it, our children feed into it as well. That's what's going on.
That behavior we got going to the children.
Going to the children.
And it's perpetuated.
Yeah.
Especially in our communities.
Big
Because
time.
they say we spend more money on consumerism than investments.
Big time.
So
big time.
instead of spending thousands of dollars on your kids' school, maybe convince them to say, hey, you know, we're going to buy maybe a precious coin.
Not just that.
A precious coin,
If you
I
wanna
think
buy-
the price of silver is about $38 to $40
Not just that,
right
brother.
now. So
Nike stock always going up. You want a pair of Nike? I'm gonna put this
Buy
Nike.
the stock.
I'm gonna put this $100 in this Nike stock.
and it's Nike stock.
You know
Let's
what
see
I'm
how
talking
it play out.
Let's see how this play out.
Let's see
then
how
when
it
you
play
get, then you get a little bit, get cash flow, we'll buy you a pair of Nikes. How about that? You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you buy, Polo got
Yeah.
stock. If you're buying Polo, you like Polo, put money into the Polo stock.
So we got to
retrain.
We got to retrain our mind and consume, but pay attention to what the hell we consume.
You better believe it.
I wonder what would happen to the overall economy if that kind of thought process came.
It'll break down, brother. Because if everybody,
it can't break down because
we still will buy, but not like we do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be more wise.
They'll adjust it. The valuations just have to get adjusted.
Yeah.
You still in the black, we just ain't buying as much.
Exactly.
So quit making as much. So you caught with your inventory, go ahead and get rid of it because the consumers that normally consume your stuff is not consuming as much. So you have 1 year, discount all your stuff down to $20, $30 or whatever the case may be.
Right.
We come in buying because we're more economically savvy now.
Exactly.
And that can be because, you know, I just always kind of paid attention to that. Like, in public schools, but we dressed to fly. We fly. We fly. You know, my daughter went to FAMU.
Oh, not the fam.
But when we go to the HBCU, it's a wipe me down. It's a wipe me down over there now.
Not the fam.
It's a wipe me down.
FAMU. Yeah, FAMU.
I will say my daughter left the little country stuff we was doing. my daughter just nice, but she don't let it control the economics.
Hey man, that's
She
good.
know how to put things down a little bit.
That's really good.
Real proud of them, each one of them. So, you know, I guess we got to learn how to shop, man, to what's necessary.
What's necessary? That's a given.
That's consumerism.
You know what?
Consumerism is controlling our consumerism, brother, is just buy what's necessary.
And necessary. Okay, now when you say what's necessary, I'm gonna go on that just for a brief second. What's necessary is a pair of pants, a pair of nice shoes, a nice shirt, a couple of dollars in your pocket, getting that education.
What was that Steve Harvey had, man, before we get out of here? He mentioned a couple of suits.
He got his own suit.
No, he mentioned a couple of suits you buy.
Yeah.
The navy, the gray, and the black.
Right.
Get you some couple undershirts, and you can mismatch all day.
All day.
And do it as a good flavor.
Yeah.
So what's a back to school recommendation you would do? How many pair of pants we need to start school?
3 pair of pants, 4 shirts, 2 pair of shoes, good to go.
That's 3 pair of pants,
4 shirts,
4 shirts.
couple pair of shoes. Good to go.
Good to go.
Good to go.
Pops, you done bumped your head. I need a pair of pants every day. I don't want people to know that I'm wearing the same jeans 2 and 3 times a week.
But they don't know that.
They don't know that?
They don't know
because the shoes different.
The shirt different.
The shirt different. Mix and match.
Mix and match.
So instead of a Steve Harvey match up the suits, you just gave a back to school simple trade.
Simple trade.
Well, I hope this here, I think most kids gonna say you crazy, man.
Nah, not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, you can break that thing down. You know how you really do it. You know, you already know when Christmas comes. Don't be asking for all them big presents. You're gonna get you some clothes. You done grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Wear them to Christmas. School will be back out. And wear some of them old clothes back in the day. So once again, don't let consumerism succumb you to the peer pressure that it has, and just don't let it. Every trend you have to catch.
Exactly.
I think that's the moral. That's the moral of the story. You
story.
don't have to catch every trend, and you don't have to be pressured to consumerism. And be careful with the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Because everybody got it. You feel like you gotta have it.
Yeah, big time. Big time. I agree 100%.
I think we're gonna end this saying it's something how we got status, man. That's where all this is at.
That's what it's at.
That's where it's at. It's status.
They want status.
I forget a kid had a little rap song and saying that somebody get paid off of all of this.
And that's the honest God truth too. Somebody get
See
paid.
how you can get paid off of all of this. This
That's
your
what's
OG Simon P with my man Kevin. We out.